Hi, it's Christine from the channel Christine and Celeste, and it's time for my Wishing Well spread that I do every year. In case you haven't seen it before, it's from the Inner Child cards by Aisha and Mark Lerner. And in there's a spread that I use every year. It's the Wishing Well. And what you do is that you just put the cards in the shape of the wishing well, and you pick one, and then you can interpret it. The way I do it is with the question, which wish will be granted this year? So I did my wishing well, and for this year I picked the Six of Swords. Now in this deck, swords are not as negative as the most Rider-Waite base decks. It's based on fairy tales. It's a very gentle tarot, but it doesn't mean that gentle isn't deep. It's an extremely deep tarot. You can see here six children, I suppose, with, first of all, they've got 6 cups at the bottom. And in the cups it's blue, so blue obviously is water, but can also be communication. And then you see them holding 6 swords in the shape of a pyramid. So you can read that many ways. It's like using, no, it's not using, it's blending everybody's strengths and thoughts and love to manifest. Or you can do it also on your own. It doesn't mean you have to be 6 people here. But it does show that there's the heart and the mind in this picture. And it's not something new, it's something that's been worked on, because you have to go through the door here. Also, there's the pillar that signifies strength, that it will be rooted. So what is this wish that will be granted to me? Well, if you followed my channel, you know that I'm not the best at communicating or sociable for that matter. Not that I'm not a nice person, it's just that, I don't know, I was brought up like this, I suppose, and although you can change things in your life and make them better, which I always trying to, this is still an issue for me. So the wish that will be granted for me this year is to have better communication, and also communication that will manifest, because you know, the power of relationship, the power of words and thoughts is so important. So it gives me great pleasure, this card, so I will keep it, and know that I still have to work on it. It's not just gonna fall into my lap, I know this, but I'm really pleased to have this card. Now, if you noticed, I did trim this deck. Now, trimming, when I first started trimming, I would trim anything, and then I stopped and I thought, wait, hang on, I'm not anti-borders, right? But honestly, these cards were really big. I've got big hands and I can just about even now hold them, right? And they were extremely large, and it's not just that, it's the borders were very colorful. It was full of little, see, like here, and it was just impossible. And now I can see the pictures, because the pictures are already very busy. So yeah, so that's my wish for the year, which makes me very pleased. So it means that my thoughts will manifest, my communication with others will get better. You see, there's the light on it too, and that pyramid shape. Oh, it's just great, great card. So coming from this, I thought I'll show you a few cards I like. I already done a few videos like this, but if you're a fan of this deck, or even if you don't know it, it's a great way to discover maybe another opinion on these cards, because at first glance it's just fairy tales and that's that. So let me show you. I selected a few cards. So, for example, the Sleeping Beauty. Now, it's a card It's death, right? It's the death card. So it's Sleeping Beauty. How fascinating, isn't it? Um, so obviously it's the death card. But if you want to read it, it's a tarot, but it's very much an oracle. I mean, of course, tarot is an oracle, but it's got this oracle thing in it too, because there's a lot of stories in it, and it doesn't stick to the textbook. But you can read it as death. I mean, look, it's death, and with the flowers, it suggests transformation. But you can see up there, there's this magic woman there on a horse, and she's coming down to obviously wake Sleeping Beauty up. So for me, it's about maybe you could use this card for dream work if you want to, or maybe it's a guide of yours. So you see, there's many layers on each card that I don't know, they talk to me. So the Ten of Wands, right? It's creating all these energy, all these patterns, and you can see that she's creating little butterflies everywhere. It's so cute. Where's the light? There. That's better. So I like that. I like that picture, is that once you found that great energy, then you release it. You release it and you feel good because you're sharing it, and you're not like that usual Ten of Wands, like you can't even walk through the weight of your energy and everything you do. Mm. The Eight of Crystals, which is Pentacles. So creating here in a fun manner, in a healthy manner, creating your own lemniscate. So you can go through these two, the circle too is like eternity. So you can maybe look into, your eternity, or how to have fun with your spirit, really. I like this one too. This is Justice in this deck, and it's called the Midas Touch. And I think it was King Midas, who made a wish to have everything he touched turn gold, and then he wanted to hug his daughter, and she turned into gold. But that's the story. I mean, really summarized, right? But I like that. It's like, if you don't look at the story and just think about the apparition, maybe she could be a guide of yours, or especially with gold, she's a protecting guide. So if you need that energy right now in your life, because sometimes we go through really difficult things and you need protection, this would be a card that could be on your altar, and you've got that gold energy coming to you. The Ace of Crystals, which is Pentacles, it shows that to manifest, you need to get working at it. And I really like this picture. It's joyful, it's light, it's got all the colors. This deck is great too for chakra reading. The Guardian of Swords. Each guardian, so the court cards here are Child, Seeker, Guide, and Guardian. So it corresponds to the king, and that's Archangel Michael, because they're all archangels, the guardians. And there's also not just men, it's also women, which I like. And here she is, if you want to see her. And what I like in this one, well, you've got your guardian angel, so you can work with them too. It's all in one pack, so you don't need, I mean, maybe you have already other tarot with archangels, but what I mean is, even within the tarot, you can have this archangel that you can call upon. And what I like too is that he took off his helmet, right? It's lovely pictures. The Seven of Swords, where I'll catch the light. Here it is. Where she is actually obviously missing somebody. Or she's making plans, because don't you, I mean, I was a child that used to look at the window a lot and daydream. So maybe she's daydreaming, but at the same time she's writing it, and she's writing with a sword, so she means business, right? So it's about getting your inspiration too, and looking outside. It's about writing down, journaling. There's so much in every card. The Three of Swords. I'm not going to spend too long. Try not to. Where with the Three Swords, she makes a triangle. So the triangle obviously is the Trinity, or it's the pyramid if you'd like. It's also sound. She makes sound with it, and I really like that. I like when with decks you can get color, sound, taste, and I have a couple like this, because intuition, it's not just clear sight. You can get smells, you can hear, you can imagine what the sound of this triangle would be. And she's calling upon peace. So maybe it's time to meditate and get a gong, a mini gong. I love gongs, mini gong. The Guide of Hearts, so that's the Queen. Another guide of yours that you could use if you don't know your guide. Well, you could contact through a card. Sometimes it helps having a visual aid, especially when it's something so untouchable as guides, right? So yeah. The Nine of Hearts with all the colors of the rainbow, and it's really about learning to receive, and that's not the easiest either. I'm quite good at giving, receiving a bit less. So this card really talks to me, and it shows too that you don't have to receive everything in one go. You can separate it and receive a little bit and do baby steps with it. So I like that. Another guardian angel, and this is a card I use to contact my own guardian angel, but also for my guardian angel to contact someone else's guardian angel, and I write my message, or I think my message to my angel. So this is a card I use for these. They have a lot of other uses, these cards, than just reading for me. Another one here, the Wizard. It's multi-layered, this card too. You can see there's a volcano at the back and it's erupting. The trees have eyes and noses so they can see and smell, right? You've got the wizard, and then you've got this person here with gold. So and the horse. So there are many, many layers again about bringing the magic into your life. But that's the Hierophant, right? So there's no religious connotation to me in this card, and it's more about your own beliefs, your own magic. The Eight of Swords, because there are dark cards, not that many, but there are some. And the Eight of Swords, it's to looking in the depth of your being and of your thoughts, especially. And you can see that there's the spider at the top with the spider web, and then there's children here with torches or candles. But it can be many other things. If you think about the afterword, if you want to contact a spirit, this could be a good card to get into. When I say get into the card, is that you stare at the card and then you can imagine yourself going in the card and see how you can interact with the characters there or with the elements. I like this one too. So we're getting into a lot of chakras too. You've got all the colors. And what I like is that the little girl, she's got red shoes on. So she's grounding, right? She's grounding. And that's a card that's very important to me. Because you see that this person here is in, how do you call them in English? I forgot, sorry. I know him. And he's landed and holding a butterfly, and so picking butterflies so he can give it to the girl to put on her shoes, I think. It's crazy. But because it's wands, and that's the Knight of Wands, so there's the movement, there's still the movement, you see, but that's more an air movement in this one. And there's the little dog. I mean, there's a lot to go on for each card. So what are butterflies to you? Is it transformation? So do you need to transform your everyday life, or do you need to look at your past, because the base chakra can mean to your childhood? You need to look at this and just put this rainbow over it and put it here and let it go. Maybe, you know, you can use this card for many different things. I know I'm rambling. If you're not with me anymore, I don't blame you, but you know, I feel like sharing today. And I'm sharing a lot, so maybe I'll edit a few cards. Ah, my favorite in a pack, I have to show you. It's Judgment. Now, this is a very different Judgment. It's the three little pigs. So you've got the two pigs here waiting with a cauldron and actually making the fire go, right? Then you've got one watching here and hiding. You've got the bad wolf here trying to get in the chimney. And here you've got probably an angel. It's the trumpet, I suppose, blowing on the bad wolf, right? So there's quite an interaction here. So depending on the situation, I don't know, should I get this job? If I get this, I'll go, no. Right? Or yes, but be careful, because there's people waiting for you in there that are not that welcoming. It could be that, right? There's so many cards I want to share. This one too could be a little bit about the other word. That's the Six of Hearts, and that is about if somebody's ill, for example, and you know, you can make wishes with this card. I don't want to go through it. This was an interesting one, this Two of Wands, because this girl with butterfly wings and a little bunny rabbit are looking at their reflection in the water, but if you see there, the reflection is not exactly what you see there. So I do like that. It's the Two of Wands. I do like this. It's like two ways of looking at yourself, or the reality and the reflection. And I forgot to say in the book, in this one, because there's two books about this deck, in the workbook, you have questions on all cards. So I don't know what the Two of Wands would be. Two of Wands. Let me get the page. Two of Wands. Right. The questions would be, do I trust my inner visions, and do I listen to the subtle promptings of my intuitive guidance? See, so there's two other more. So you can really work with these cards to go further. And maybe if you read for a client and you get this card, you can say to the client, if if the client's asking about someone, you say that person is not what they seem to be. They're just fantastic cards. I hope that if you have this deck, I hope you're using it. I don't use it often enough, but always make a point of getting it out. So I think I should really wrap up. I'm gonna finish with two, come on, about this one I liked, about making a wish, but at the same time you've got all the chakra colors once again in this card. It's the Seven of Crystals, and she's about to light the seventh candle. Really like this card. It's like you've centered all your chakras, and it's the last one that you're going to light. Usually it's the crown, isn't it? But you can see that her crown is red, so she's very linked to the earth too. Beautiful card. And the last one that is so chakras too, but there's more, but I have to wrap up. The Seven of Wands. Where you've got all the butterfly with all the chakra colors, and then you've got the orange, the one with the orange wings, sat there naked, looking a bit, I don't know, fed up or a bit sad, or so that would show me straight away to look at that chakra. So I'd put a card with it to know what the issue would be with that chakra. You could take, it's pink I suppose, or red, it's pink, so she's in a pink flower, so pink be the heart, so is it a heartbreak? That's what I would go towards. Plenty of things. I hope you enjoyed it. I really need to wrap up. I'm sorry that it's so long, but I love you long videos. I hope you do too. I'll see you soon. Bye bye.